Warren Buffett once took a business partner to lunch and ordered a grilled cheese sandwich. The partner was worth 9 figures. The restaurant had a $40 steak on the menu. He ordered the $6 sandwich. And then he asked his guest to split the bill. That is not a poverty mindset. That is a signal. And once you understand what it means, you will never look at a lunch meeting the same way again. Here's what nobody told you. The wealthiest people in any room have a completely different relationship with other people's money. Not because they're cheap. Because they are always being watched. And they know it. You were taught that ordering expensive things when someone else pays is just smart. Free money, right? Take what you can get. But that thinking is exactly why you are sitting where you are right now. And the people at the top of the table know it. This is the $18 lunch test. And it is one of the quietest filters that wealthy people use to decide who gets access to real money, real deals, and real opportunities. Let me explain exactly how it works. When a self-made millionaire takes someone out to lunch, they are not just eating. They are running a diagnostic. They are watching how you behave when you think the rules have relaxed. Because your behavior with small money tells them everything about how you will behave with large money. Think about what it means when someone orders the most expensive item the second the words "it's on me" leave someone's mouth. It means your decision-making is reactive. It means you optimize for short-term extraction. It means you think about what you can take, not what relationship you are building. Every sophisticated investor, every fund manager, every operator who has written a check north of $1 million understands this pattern. They have seen it 1,000 times. And they filter for it ruthlessly. Charlie Munger talked about this in a different way. He called it surfing the incentive wave. His point was simple. Show him the incentive structure and he will show you the behavior. Order the lobster when it's free. That tells him your decision-making is driven by what is available, not what is appropriate. And he will never hand you serious responsibility. Here is the second layer. And this one is going to sting a little. The $18 lunch test is not just about how rich people evaluate others. It is about how they evaluate themselves. Self-made millionaires, the ones who built it from nothing, have an almost obsessive relationship with signal versus substance. They dress without logos. They drive unremarkable cars. They order the salmon, not the Wagyu. Not because they cannot afford the Wagyu. Because they refuse to perform wealth for an audience. They are acutely aware that visible consumption is a trap. It signals insecurity. It signals that external validation is still running the show. If this surprised you, subscribe right now. Because we cover the patterns that financial media never touches. The behavioral ones. The quiet ones. The ones that actually explain who ends up with money and who just reads about it. Now here is where this gets personal for you. There is a reason you were never taught this. The consumer economy runs on the idea that spending is status. Every advertisement you have ever seen has been training you to associate visible spending with success. The Rolex. The bottle service. The upgrade to first class. That training serves one purpose. It keeps money moving away from you and toward someone else. The people doing the selling are not buying what they are selling you. Think about that. So what does this actually mean for your life? 3 things. First, start noticing how you behave when the constraint is removed. When someone else is paying, when you get a bonus, when a bill is smaller than expected. What do you do with that slack? Do you extract it immediately? Or do you let it accumulate? Wealthy behavior is about letting slack accumulate. It is about resisting the impulse to spend to the edge of what is available. Second, understand that every high-stakes relationship you will ever have, with an investor, a mentor, a business partner, a future employer, involves a version of the lunch test. They are watching how you handle small moments. A $200 dinner reveals your framework for a $2 million decision. You cannot fake the framework. You can only build it. Third, and this is the one that matters most. Stop performing for an audience that is not watching. The people you are trying to impress with visible spending are not the people who can change your financial life. The people who can change your financial life are watching something else entirely. They are watching whether you are disciplined when discipline is optional. Whether you are thoughtful when no one is grading you. Whether you order the $18 salmon or the $50 ribeye the second someone else picks up the tab. Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He is worth roughly $130 billion. That is not frugality. That is a statement. It says, I do not need to prove anything to you. My score is on the board. Go look at the board. You do not have to be Buffett. But you do have to decide what game you are actually playing. Are you playing the performance game? Or are you playing the accumulation game? Because you cannot play both. They run in opposite directions. The next time someone says I've got this one, watch your instincts. What you reach for in that moment is your current financial programming running unfiltered. That is your real relationship with money. Not what you say you believe. What you order. And if you want to change that relationship, start by recognizing the test exists. Because most people never even know they're being graded. Stay until the next video. Because we are going into exactly how wealthy people structure their thinking around small decisions to build the discipline that compounds into large outcomes. The specific framework, not the motivational version, the real one. Do not close this tab.